After a wave of prop firm shutdowns, traders were left wondering if the industry was on its last leg. But now some big names in the Forex industry are stepping in, such as IC Markets, Oanda, Blueberry Markets and many more, launching their own prop firms. Could this be the big bounce back that we were all waiting for? Well, in this video, I'll be reviewing the prop firm challenges from 4 major Forex brokers, ranking them from best to worst, using the following criteria: how expensive the challenges are, the challenge difficulty, and the profit split ratio. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, starting off with IC funded prop firm. Now, for those of you guys that don't know already, IC Markets is one of the biggest Forex brokers in the world, and they've just launched a funded prop firm called IC Funded because they obviously have a lot of money behind them. So just taking a look at their website, it's pretty clean and sleek. This is how the dashboard will be looking once you've purchased an account and you're able to monitor your metrics. But what we're interested in is their rules. So if you come on over to learn more of the evaluation rules and scroll down, you can see that we're going to be taking a 100k account for this comparison purpose, as we're going to be comparing 4 different prop firms. So if you take a look, the profit target is a 5% for phase 1 and 10% for phase 1 and 5% for phase 2. Pretty industry standard. Most of the prop firms now do 8% and 5%, but 10% isn't too bad either. And then they've got minimum trading days of 5 trading days, and you've got unlimited maximum trading days to pass it in. And again, similarly, your max daily loss will be 5% and your max loss overall will be 10%. However, this is where the similarities end and the differences start, because if you look at the available leverage, you only have 1 to 50 leverage on Forex and gold markets, and then you've got 10 to 1 leverage on indices and all other commodities, and then you've got 1 to 5 leverage on equities, which in comparison to FTMO or all other major prop firms, you're getting a leverage of 1 to 100. However, this shouldn't be too big of an impact because you're still able to risk around 1 to 2% on a 1 to 50 leverage. So unless you're planning on risking more, it should not really impact you. And then looking at the live account gain split, which is the profit split, your first month will be a 75 to 25 profit split, and then after that it will be an 80-20. Now again, it is a bit lower for the industry to be starting off at 75. However, after a month, once you're successful, it does come up to 80-20, which is pretty industry standard. In terms of the fee, it is a very reasonable fee of $499, which majority of prop firms are charging, even though FTMO is on the more expensive side. So with that dealt with, if you come on over to the rules to see how difficult it is to pass this challenge, we've already covered this first part over here. If I zoom in, and if you scroll down, you need a minimum trading days of 5 calendar days, which you've already covered. What I really want to pay attention to is the fact that a 30-day inactivity time will cause you to have your account suspended. Now, I do think this is a bit harsh because 30 days is not enough time of an inactive account for them to suspend it, which I don't really like. If this was increased to maybe 90 days, then I would understand, because things can happen, life can happen, and sometimes you may not be focused on your account for that month because you've taken it off. And then in terms of the consistency rule, IC Funded does have a consistency rule. They're not going to accept a one lucky trade which ends up passing your account. They want to see consistency. They want to make sure your risk is on par with what you're risking on all the other trades, and they don't want those one-hit wonders coming through. So again, if you read over here, it says the consistency rule mandates traders maintain consistent behavior from evaluation to funded phases, ensuring accurate reflection of capabilities, mitigating risk and trading skills. So again, the main focus here is to make sure you're actually a skillful trader and you're not getting lucky. In terms of the stop loss requirement, there are no requirements there. You're able to hold trades even on Friday, and you're able to hold trades during news and swing it to the next day as well, which is not bad. However, copy trading is not allowed, and you're able to get a refund after your first profit share. Another important thing to highlight is no high frequency bots are allowed. I know a lot of you guys do love your EAs and do love trading EAs, but unfortunately with IC Funded, no high frequency bots are allowed. So that's basically the first prop firm, which is not too bad. It's pretty standard. Let's go on over to the second one and see what they're saying. Right, coming on to the next prop firm. This is Owanda Prop Trader, which everyone should know is from the Owanda Broker, which is quite a big and reputable broker for everyone using, especially on the TradingView data feed. If we scroll down and again compare the 100k challenge, you can see this 100k challenge is a bit more on the expensive side, as they are asking for a $599 fee for the 100k challenge. If we look at the metrics over here, you need an 8% profit target, a 5% profit target for phase 2, and again you got the 5 and 10% drawdown respectively. But for this, they've got a maximum leverage of a 1 to 100. So comparing to IC markets, although it's a bit more expensive, like FTMO, they are offering a lower profit target to be hit on phase 1, and they also are offering a higher leverage than IC markets. However, one thing that I forgot to mention, even for the IC markets broker prop firm, is the fact that they are offering you $500,000 in funding, which is crazy. If we look at choose your challenge, these are basically all the challenges they're offering you. They're offering you a 10k all the way up to a 500k challenge. So if you pay them a fee of $2,400, you get direct access to $500,000 in funding, which is absolutely crazy. If you come on over to IC markets, that was the same thing. 500k you can get access to instantly if you pay a fee of $2,498, whereas they are asking for $2,400. So if anything, Owanda is much cheaper in terms of the 500k than IC funded. However, in terms of the 100k, it is more expensive, which is crazy. I did not really realize the fact that they are offering that much in funding, which is something which all the other prop firms are lacking in. So that definitely does give them an advantage over the traditional prop firms. The third prop firm is Blueberry Funded, which is from Blueberry Markets, another well-reputable broker. If we scroll down to their evaluation, you can see they have 3 different options for evaluation. You've got the 1-step, the 2-step, and the rapid funding models. Now, for the sake of comparison, we're going to be sticking to the 2-step. However, you guys can definitely look into these two in your own time. In terms of account sizes, the maximum they are offering you is a 200k account size, whereas the other two were offering you up to 500k instant access. If we take a look at the 100k account size, the fee they're asking for is $500, which is pretty standard among the prop firms, but they're asking for a 10% phase 1 target and a 5% phase 2 target with a max loss of 10% and a daily loss of 5%. Your profit share is 80%, which is better than IC funded. Your drawdown type is static, which is perfect, and your leverage in terms of FX is 1 to 50, again something which is consistently occurring with IC funded as well. Your minimum trading days is 3. Your minimum funded trading days is also 3 as well. So you will need to wait 3 days before you can get a payout once you're fully funded, and you can request payouts every 14 days. So bi-weekly payouts is also offered. In terms of the fine print over here, you can see indexes, they're offering you 1 to 10. Metals and commodities are also 1 to 10 leverage. Crypto is a 1 to 2 leverage they're offering you there as well. So again, the leverage is a bit stiff. Owanda has better and more lucrative leverages, which does make passing the challenge a bit easier if you are a bit more aggressive on your risk when taking these prop firm challenges. Now lastly, you have Think Capital prop firm, which is from the Think Markets broker, and if we scroll down and take a look at their conditions, you do have 3 different challenges. You've got the 1 phase, which is the lightning challenge. You have the 2 phase, which is the dual step challenge, and then you also have a 3 phase challenge as well, which is a bit crazy. I've never seen a 3-phase challenge, but there you have it. This is similar to Blueberry Funding, where they have multiple different challenge types. If we scroll down lower and look at the evaluation model, you can see for the dual step, if you're going for 100k, which is the maximum they're offering, which is surprising. The maximum you can do instantly is with 100k, which is not the best. You have a minimum trading days of 5. Your phase 1 profit target is 8%. Your phase 2 profit target is 5%. You at least finally, there you go, you've got 1 to 100 leverage. However, your daily loss limit is 4% and your max loss limit is 8%. You can increase the max loss limit to 10% with the add-on. So you are able to increase your max loss to 10%, but you have to pay more, even though you're already paying $499, and that is something that comes with it. With IC markets and Awanda, and you can get a profit split of up to 90%, and you've got your payout frequency bi-weekly 14 days, which is pretty standard as well. So all in all, if I was to compare and rank these prop firms, I will have to definitely put Awanda prop trading at number 1. And this is due to the fact that they've got lower profit target requirements at 8% and 5%, and they also have a 1 to 100 leverage, which is better. Although you are paying a bit more, I think it is worth paying a little bit more, so you have lower profit targets and more leverage to play with. However, if you're not willing to pay as much, I would then definitely recommend Blueberry funded markets at second place, because the step 2 100k, you are getting it for $500, which is cheaper, but you are having to then reach a 10% and 5% profit target, and again your leverage is 1 to 50. So I will have to put Blueberry funded at actually third place and IC markets in second place, and it's because IC markets and Blueberry funded are pretty similar, but with IC markets you're able to get 500k in instant funding once you pass your evaluation, and then you can come up to an 80-20 split. So in terms of ranking, Awanda definitely takes first place, IC markets takes second place, Blueberry market will take third place, and at the bottom, as the worst prop firm from the Forex brokers, will have to be Think Capital, due to the tight drawdown limits they have right over here. For the same price we can get in other places. So all in all, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and found it informative. Be sure to do your own research and look into it yourself, but I definitely do see this as a positive step for the prop firm industry, as now we've got big money stepping into the industry, as they've got a lot more capital and they will be a lot more reliable. So again, this is still early doors. I want to see how things pan out with them before we can finally conclude how we feel about Forex brokers coming into this space.